boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have in here is Mafia II Definitive Edition. This game was initially developed by the 2K exec, which were the developers of the first Mafia and obviously Mafia II. But right now this Definitive Edition was created by the MBoard 13 and the D3T. So what I'm using in here it is 1080p maximum settings aside from MSAA. So instead of using 8 times MSAA, I will be using throughout this video the 4 times MSAA. Looking to the recommended requirements, you will see that this game recommends a GTX 780, an FX CPU and 8 gigs of RAM. So I believe with our system we are above these recommended system requirements. So with 1080p maximum settings, and this one includes 8 times multi-sampling anti-aliasing MSAA, what I got, it was an average overall above 60 frames per second, with the minimum drop being 49 frames per second. This minimum drop did occur while traversing the tunnels on this game, because for some reason the tunnels with the maximum settings are quite demanding. At 1440p median settings I got an experience above 60, and at 4K median what I got, it was an experience above 30 frames per second. So this Definitive Edition came by surprise to me. I knew that Mafia 3 and Mafia 2 would get a Definitive Edition, and I know that the Mafia 1 will receive a remake, which I'm very curious because I don't really trust MBoard 13 for a full remake of a game, because I didn't actually enjoy that much Mafia 3, so I don't really trust them to remake the classic Mafia 1, which is a game that I do respect a lot, and it was one of the best games I ever played from that era. So I'm a little bit afraid of what MBoard 13 will be doing with Mafia 1 remake, but still I'm very curious and I'm really eager to see what they are going to do, because I really did enjoy Mafia 1, so let's see if they're going to do a much better job with Mafia 1 than Mafia 3. Alright, so but what about this Definitive Edition from Mafia 2? This Mafia 2, it is not a remake, it is a remaster. And if you played the original game in the past, you won't be having any reason to revisit the game. And it seems that like the 2K did understood that, and because of that, if you have the original game on Steam, you have now this Definitive Edition there for free. So if you are going to check your library, you will see that you have now Mafia 2 Classic, which is the old version, and also the Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, which is this newer version. This newer version includes all the DLCs, alright? This is a good thing. If you didn't add all the DLCs, you have now all the DLCs, so if you didn't complete any of that, you might now install the game again and complete the DLCs if you want. But also there are a lot of refinements to the graphics. Although most of them are just subtle, they didn't gone overboard with the graphics difference. They tried to preserve the same look of the original game, but just having revamps to the stuff. For example, texture quality, it is fully revamped, and as you can see the game, it is consuming around 3 GB of VRAM, so there is much more draw distance. Shadow resolutions are much better, higher quality ambient occlusion, so it is all this small stuff that they actually did revamp from the original game to this remaster. That's for many people that didn't play the original game for a long time ago, they might say that the game looks the same, but that's really not true, alright? If you open up your Mafia 2 Classic and then open up this game at the same sequences, especially this chapter 2, you will start to notice a big difference in the details, in shadow resolution, in ambient occlusion, in draw distances. This remaster really revamps a lot of stuff, although like I was telling you, if you didn't play this game for a lot of years ago, you might be thinking that they didn't really revamp anything. And my opinion stands like I did told you. If you play the original, there is no reason to come here and play this one, alright? But if you are new to Mafia series and you want to play Mafia 2, you can get this game from $29.99 on Steam, so it is not really expensive, alright? But still, it seems like a deal that they wanted to make. They wanted to remaster this game so they can charge you again $29.99 for this game. And in my opinion, this game worth any money because like I was telling you, I respect a lot the Mafia franchise, especially Mafia 1 and actually then Mafia 2. Mafia 3, I don't have the same respect for the series, but still, it was a different game overall from a different developer. But Mafia 1 and Mafia 2 are excellent games. Like I did told you, I still prefer Mafia 1, but Mafia 2, it is still an excellent game. And this remaster, it is very well done. Alright, a lot of advantages over here. The only disadvantage that I didn't notice so far is that I haven't saw any option for Nvidia PhysX. So this is something that the original have. You have a lot of effects. It was a time where Nvidia invested a lot in exclusive deals with PhysX in a lot of games. This game doesn't seem to be using any PhysX at all. Although curiously enough, if you run the BenchART 2 from the game, the PhysX will be activated, and in fact I do have a lot of troubles running the BenchART 2 because sometimes the frame rate really gets very low thanks to those effects. But in-game, in the story modes or in any DLC, I haven't seen any PhysX effects, no apex holding, no tons of particles on the floor, so everything it was pretty nice in that regard because I mean PhysX, if this PhysX was implemented into the game just to have performance issues, that would be pretty bad because Nvidia no longer supports PhysX by GPU. If you're going to visit their page, you will see that everything it is completely abandoned. They kind of said that the code it is now deprecated. I'm not really sure how to spell it. So they don't offer any further support to PhysX by GPU, and so because of that the code probably would be a little bit broken. So I think that's why they decided to strip off PhysX from the GPU, but still it is a major advantage because a lot of people do enjoy those effects, and unfortunately they aren't really available on Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the gameplay, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Piece of cake.
So, what's the story with Brewski?
Hey, Mike's a good guy to know. He's a little grouchy, but he's always got a scam going. He deals with stolen cars mostly. Spent some time inside a while back. I heard he used to stick up gas stations back in the day.
You gonna make him pay the cleaning bill for your jacket?
Nah, I'll let that one slide. I do a lot of business with the guy. Plus, he's got one hell of a temper. One time we was at the track and some mick spilled a beer on his wind ticket. Mike beat the shit out of him till he went blind in one eye. For a lousy $10. You believe that shit?
Sounds like kind of a scumbag.
Hey, you just gotta know how to handle these people. And Mike's a pussycat compared to some of the guys I met since you shipped out. You'll see.
Hey, is there a safe place to park around here? I don't want to leave this thing out in the street.
Yeah, that's why you're parking your car next to mine in the garage. The streets are full of criminals these days.
Yeah, the neighborhood ain't what it used to be, huh?
If you're hungry, there's some food in the refrigerator. You hungry, Vito? Take whatever you want from the fridge.